he was getting it, trying to get the measure of Aldana, if you will, so he could figure out how to punch up and hit him with that uppercut of the right hook, and kind of did get the bead toward the end of the last round, which was in fact the first round.
There's the punch profile from the first round. As you can see, Aldana really very busy, but Banks connecting a couple more times.
And a lot of those punches that Aldana landed were body punches. And as I pointed out before, Bob Canopy and Logan Hobson do our punch profile are very diligent about counting body shots. Judges don't always. So that's accurate, those numbers, in my opinion, reflecting them. But then sometimes there's difference of opinion on what body punches landed and who counts them.
Now, Aldana fighting actually a very intelligent fight, just trying to get inside the long reach of Kelcie Banks. Sometimes easier said than done, but he's done a relatively good job of it.
And the Banks jab has not been as effective as he would like it to be. Aldana's done a pretty good job of ducking under it. And they told us today, Aldana and his people, that eluding that jab was a key for them, a key to victory, in fact, and get inside and see if he could get to Banks' body.
He was able to do that in the first round. A little bit more problems here in the second. That shot was caught on the gloves. Body shot, yeah.
And we've been talking about Aldano's body work, but Kelcie Banks is a very fine body puncher in his own right.
Very hard for Aldana to punch with any power against Banks. That was another good body shot by Banks, and that might have hurt Aldana.
It really doubled him up. He is trying to protect him and now leaves his head an open target.
I think that's a direct result of that body shot. Hurt him badly. Still in pain.
6, 7, 8.
You all right? You ready to box? See?
And Aldana probably made it was a good move for him to go down there. Needed that. Needed some respite.
Again, a good body shot by Banks. Banks really showing himself to be a very good body puncher. It's a very good round for Kelcie Banks. It was really that one shot that really made the difference in the round.
Right hook to the body, and in Aldana's corner, concern obviously over the fact that their boxer would be knocked down with that body shot. Though he is in good condition and came in here in good condition, it shows you Kelcie Banks has power downstairs.
All right, okay.
We will get a look at it here.
That was the shot.
Yeah, good shot downstairs. And at this point, he was doubled up and just had to protect the body against everything Banks was throwing, and Kelcie was able to get a lot of shots in. Again, Kelcie going downstairs. This one had even, well, I think there's a right hook in here somewhere that really, with a lot of leverage. There's Banks wailing away to the body, and that opened up the head for the straight left hand. Tough target down there for Kelcie Banks. You get the same view as the referee, obviously.
Well, the improvement in Kelcie Banks, we've mentioned this a couple of times already, but it's still worthy of note, has really been dramatic.
He could be as improved a boxer as we've seen on this series in the last couple of years.
He's doing the right thing. He's staying active. He wants to fight all the time. He's already had 4 fights this year. This is 5th. In the second round, as you could see, Kelcie Banks really picking it up, and Aldana, after that body shot especially, just was unable to do any damage at all.
Much more decided edge than the first round, which was pretty close. Dono trying to throw some combinations there, but Banks' defense is another area in which he's gotten better.
Banks is one of those fighters that you have to think benefited by an early loss in his career.
Yes, that loss to Moreno did help him. For one thing, it is part of the motivation that got him with Cornelius Bose Edwards. And, you know, we give a lot of credit to Edwards, but Kelcie Banks is the first to give him credit also. I mean, he really has worked with a man who is a left-hander, taught him his style, and it's been effective.
Well, he told us, in fact, that his dad always admired Cornelius Bose Edwards as a fighter, and even when Kelcie Banks was a kid, he said, that's what you got to be like.
And believe me, that's a pretty good role model for a left-handed boxer to pick, or any boxer for that matter.
Here's a good example again of the defense of Kelcie Banks that you spoke of.
Now there's the one thing Banks hasn't done so much in this bout, punching combination. And now he's starting to do that, doubling up with his jab, counter shots.
Keeping Aldana at the end of that jab. Gotta be tough for a guy 5'5" to be able to punch up at a fighter like Kelcie Banks, who fights upright for the most part.
It is difficult, and that's why they wanted to get in and do that body work, which he was doing in the first round, but couldn't really sustain it into the second and here into the third round.
A little reddening under the right eye of Aldana now. We head for the end of round number 3, and another very good round for Kelcie Banks, who now seems to have this fight in control.
Baseball tonight. Tuesday, Friday, doubleheader. Wednesday, nothing better. Catch it Sunday, watch the fun. Sunday night, a home run.
The Orioles face the Royals. The Padres battle the Dodgers, and the Blue Jays take on the Rangers April 9th on ESPN.
Baseball tonight.
We start the 4th round. Kelcie Banks in the white trunks. Adolfo Aldana, who is having his hands full right at the moment, in the black trunks. Take a look at the jabs through the first 3 rounds. Kelcie Banks, particularly in the last couple rounds, is really starting to work that jab.
And even if that number is not as many jabs as he would like to have, really nice right hand by Aldana.
Back Kelcie Banks up in a hurry.
Good counter right hook by Banks as Aldana came in. But for Adolfo, that was some of his best moments in this bout. It's what Greg Maddox and Rick Sutcliffe and all the Cub pitching staff is going to start doing real soon, pitching shutouts.
I like that. That's good.
A little partisan, huh?
Never learned.
No, don't learn. There's anybody out there who grew up a Cub fan? No, they never learned. Gary Clem, our director's in the truck rooting me on with those pro Cub comments. Good. Now there's the straight left that Banks would like to get in that he feels the jab can set up. Haven't got in as a lead left.
Hands watch behind the back. He's hitting in the kidney.
Warning, kidney punches offered by Vic Drakovic. Good shot there, and down goes Aldana. Big right hand. Or was it the left hand.
It might have been a left counter punch. Well, I'm sure we'll have a chance to see, but I think it was a counter left maybe from Kelcie Banks, and that counter punching of Banks has really been such a strong part of his resurgence as a boxer.
Another good shot by Banks. That's it. Vic Dracovic steps in, says you've had enough. Crowd doesn't really agree, but I think this one was very much in the corner of Kelcie Banks.
And Aldana distressed a little bit that it was stopped, but the likelihood of him winning this fight at this point really remote.
So Kelcie Banks has chalked up another, and he is now 10-1 after that second fight loss to Leonardo Moreno.
And I'm sure they've tried to kind of edge him up in quality, although here they got a guy that was 4-0 and had not lost as an amateur, even though it was short. There it is, the counter left uppercut by Kelcie Banks. And both the uppercut and the countering are things that made him really excellent in this fight. Aldana was hurt badly and never really got completely back into this bout. And for the first time, this young man knows what it's like to lose in a boxing ring. The uppercuts by Banks, there's the right one, so strong, and the referee feeling there that Aldana could be hurt.
Stepped in very quickly. We'll make it official now with Michael Buffer. Michael?
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Vic Dracovic stops the bout at 2 minutes 15 seconds of the 4th round. The winner by TKO, his record now goes to 10-1, 8 KOs. They call him Mr. Mix, Kelcie Banks.
So Kelcie Banks, 10-1 down, and 6 knockouts in a row on the improve. Chalks one up over Adolfo Aldana. We'll be back to Stateline Nevada after this.
In today's hot.
The pensive look of a winner, but he is that. Kelcie Banks, 10-1 down. There's another winner. Al Bernstein with Kelcie Banks.
Well, thank you, Barry. Pensive might be the way to describe Kelcie Banks. Thinking a little bit, about how you made that win happen. You made it happen with some great counterpunching and that uppercut.
Right. I think I had to rely more on my counterpunching, maybe being first with the jab. But mainly the guy was coming in, and we got headbutted a couple of times, so that kind of made me a little too protective. I could have been a little more busier. I felt great. It was a slow ring, but I set a good pace, and I felt I could have got a little more out of it and took him out a little earlier. Maybe the only small negative, you said, not as many combinations as we've seen from you lately. Right. The guy had an awkward style, and didn't know much about him. He was undefeated, so I had a little respect for him, but due to the fact that I had the experience, I knew what I had to do, and I think I worked a little slower than I wanted to today. Took my time. Like I said, the headbutts is really what made me overprotective. All right, let's take a look, Kelcie, at where you nailed him with that good counter left uppercut down there. Okay. Yes, I was waiting for him to throw the left hand, or he drops his right hand. He's a southpaw, so I figured he's open, vulnerable for the uppercuts and the overhand right hooks also. Okay, Cornelius Boza-Edwards, we talk so much about you and Kelcie as what is turning out to be a very successful boxing team. That uppercut, gosh, it looks like you when you were fighting in the ring.
Yes. It's funny, I spent a lot of time in that particular corner today telling him, up, Kelcie. The whole fight, all that relies on this fight is you've got to pick him up. The whole thing was shoot the jab, come up, and the left up. You can't miss it.
Is he ready to step up in competition and perhaps take on better guys?
Yes, definitely. We're working on to that every day in the gymnasium. He's getting stronger. You can see he took a few shots. People used to say Kelcie's got a glass jaw. Today he proved to them he doesn't have a glass jaw.
All right, congratulations. Good win for you, Kelcie. Kelcie Banks with another win, and that's getting redundant. He just keeps winning, and he is a fighter, as Barry said, on the improve and looking for big things. We're going to have Ringside Report when we come back. Please don't go away.